Hello friends, I am Caitlin Smithcourse. I'm a light worker, a Reiki master, and a tarot intuitive. I am working from home today. We got a beautiful snowstorm and I am absolutely loving it. There was a quote and I wish that I could remember it off the top of my head, but it's something like, if you choose to hate the snow, then you're just going to be unhappy with lots of snow. Essentially that was what it was. So I intentionally choose to find the joy and the beauty in the snow and the snowstorms, because otherwise you're just going to be unhappy and you're still going to have all the snow there. So finding joy in these seasons, in the way that Mother Nature clears herself and rejuvenates herself, prepares herself for our upcoming spring. So that's just a reminder for us to really enjoy this winter season and everything that comes along with it, finding the joy in that. So tonight, well, depending on where you live, 16th to 17th dates, we have the Cancer full moon, and this is also called the wolf moon. And there's a lot of Native American references to wolf moons, but it's also, the wolf moon is the first full moon of January, and it's our first full moon of 2022. So Cancer is really about the comforts of life. It's about feeling our emotions fully. Cancers can be very emotional. They're a water sign, and it's also ruled by the moon. So if you have felt your emotions heighten at this time, it's because everything's being a little bit amplified by the fact that this full moon is also in Cancer. So the full moon is typically associated with shedding what no longer serves us. So going along the theme of it being in the sign of Cancer and a full moon, what emotions do we need to release at this time? What emotions are we holding on to that are no longer serving us? One thing that has come up a lot lately is, have we been holding ourselves in a victim mentality? Have we been holding on to things that have happened to us in the past and not allowing ourselves to fully move forward from that? So that might be something that you consider at this time. So, the moon, when it is in its full moon state, it's essentially at its peak energetic point in its lunar cycle. So that is part of why it raises the emotions, because it's at that peak energy. Same with the way that it raises the tides in the ocean. It just has that amplified energy. Some things that we might want to think about here are, what can we do to bring ourselves deep comfort on a daily basis? How can we get comfortable every day? And I know that there's a lot to be said about you're not growing if you are continuing to stay comfortable. But this is about intentionally making yourself comfortable in this form of self-care, taking care of yourself, making sure that you're allowing yourself to fully decompress, not allowing the what ifs, the things that happen during the day, your to-do list, not letting that rule over your head. So allowing yourself to be deeply comfortable, finding a little way to do that every single day this week. So I challenge you to do that. So another thing that we can consider for this Cancer full moon, if you like to journal, one question that you can ask yourself is there an area of my life that I've been allowing myself to be fully driven by emotions? And how can I get more grounded? Is there a certain area of your life that you have allowed to be completely driven by your emotions? Are you in a relationship where it just feels very unsettled and you are being triggered constantly. You're just on high emotional alert. What can you do to change this? Is this area of my life on high alert for a specific reason? Why is it like this, and how can I get grounded? Maybe it's in the area of work. Maybe you go into work every day and you're miserable, or you allow a phone call that you get to completely ruin your day. And again, that's like being driven by these emotions that you're having. So how can we get more grounded in our area of life that has been ruled mainly by our emotions? I also wanted to say that Mercury Retrograde was on the 14th, and so this is continuing throughout this week, for a little while actually. But you know, Mercury retrograde is oftentimes associated with communication, how you think, maybe travel delays. So how can we be more intentional in these areas? um, you know, usually there's like a delay in communication or a delay in travel, miscommunications, not clear thinking. That's what can be associated with Mercury retrograde. But I'd really like us to shift this into, how can I be more intentional with these areas of my life? Maybe I need to leave for work 5 or 10 minutes sooner. Maybe I need to really stop and think about what I'm saying before I say it. Maybe not word vomit so much. So these are some of the things that we can think about during this Mercury retrograde. So with this full moon in Capricorn, or full moon in Cancer, sorry, kind of going back into this, I really want to do a shout out to the empaths, because since Cancer is all about the emotions and everything being a little bit more heightened, empaths, especially at this time, might be a little bit more susceptible to feeling everybody else's intense emotions. So it's that much more intense for them. And so if you are normally fairly grounded, but you are an empath, you might be feeling everybody else's things going on, and you might just be really amped up by that. So hold space for these feelings that you're having, but also respect your boundaries. You might need to say, okay, I'm leaving this party early. I'm leaving work early. I'm allowing myself to go to my bedroom for early on a certain night or something like that. Allowing yourself to be alone, where you're just in your own energy, dealing with your own energy and not everybody else's. So that might be important for you too. Another thing that I'd like to point out is the duality aspect of the sun being in Capricorn and the full moon being in Cancer. And so the sun in Capricorn is really about being grounded. It's about keeping your eye on the prize. I really see Capricorns as a sign of work, getting things done. But then I also see the Cancer moon being more of working on your emotions. It's very watery. It feels like there's just a different energetic flow between the Cancer and the Capricorn. So there's a duality aspect there. So maybe we need to think about how we can work towards our goals while still honoring our body. So what things do I want to get accomplished, but I'm still going to honor my body by saying, I've had enough today. I'm going to go in and rest now. You know, I do have to say that doing this video today at home is interesting, and I'm getting to explore my own emotions as I'm going through this, because I hear my children in the background and the dogs and so many other things going on, and I feel my energy start to shift and I might get emotionally amped up. And I know part of that is the Cancer full moon, but then another part is a control aspect, right? We want things to be a certain way. We have a certain vision. Part of that, I think, comes with the Capricorn sun, having a vision and wanting to stick to it. But then there's also a needing to honor my emotions. okay, I'm feeling frustrated at this time. Hi, frustrated. I see you. We're going to let you go now. You can hang out. You can sit on my shoulder, hang out with me for a minute. But I'm not going to let you drive my bus. All right? So it might come in handy to say something like that to yourself as you're going through your week ahead. So I wanted to read, this is Kyle Gray's Angel Numbers book. And since the Cancer full moon is on the 16th or 17th, depending on where you live, I wanted to read the angel numbers 16 and 17 because they feel kind of important at this time. The number 16 says, you are being invited to upgrade your choices and move toward experiences that support your joy and purpose. Let go and move forward. So I do agree that moving forward is important here. I pulled some tarot cards and the Chariot came forward. So forward movement. This is the Disney Villains tarot deck. Shout out there. Forward movement for sure. Number 17 says, as one door closes, another door opens. Angels are with you to help direct your thoughts in a positive way. So when we start to feel ourselves thinking more pessimistically, why is this happening to me? Everything always goes wrong. There's no point in even trying because it's just not going to work out. We're going to shift that mentality. We're going to try to be more positive. We're going to say things that support our ideas, support our emotions, support ourselves through our journey moving forward. I have some crystals here that I think might be good for you at this time. Amazonite. I love this one because the white in the front kind of reminds me of a heart. Amazonite, great for the throat chakra. Clear communication. Communicating is going to be important to work through and work on. Communicating our emotions, and then with Mercury Retrograde, being intentional about our communication. And then I also have obsidian here. This is an arrowhead, but Apache tear was really coming to mind. I don't have mine here. I have mine at my shop or my office, but obsidian is another good one to work with for grounding yourself and working through those emotions. So some other cards that I pulled that I really wanted to talk about quick are the King of Coins, Chariot, Seven of Coins, and the King of Swords. And these are all pretty great cards, right? It's not like anything's super negative here in any way. So in this week ahead, some things that I want you to think about are, how can I feel abundant in every aspect of my life? Feels like there's a lot of abundance coming in for some of you this week. This could be material possessions. This could be making a purchase. This could be like actual money coming in. But it also feels abundant in a family aspect as well. So feeling connected that way. King of Swords, you are clearly and effectively communicating. You're being intentional about the things that you say. You're also delegating. So this Seven of Coins here, I see Scar sitting on top of this mountain, and there's the hyenas down here. He looks like he's delegating, right? So that's really one of the words that is coming forward. When you're starting to feel overwhelmed by the amount of things that you have to get done, or feeling overwhelmed in whatever aspect of your life, start delegating things to other people, because you don't have to carry all the burdens on your own. Remember that. Remember to delegate. Something is moving at you quickly. So her energy with Cruella, she feels a little bit chaotic, and I'm here for it. So maybe I'm also hearing brace for impact. So something might be coming at you very quickly. It might take you by surprise, but it feels like it's going to be good. It's going to be a good thing, whether it feels like it at the time or not. The last two cards that I want to talk about, these are from the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle by Kyle Gray. And we have the Stargate Oracle card. I love these. I've been using these almost every morning for my morning card pulls for myself. This is Heart Chakra Opening, Unlocking, and Generosity. So being generous and giving at this time can make you feel more grounded and supported too. When you're helping others, you a lot of the time feel better about yourself. One of the books that I've read recently was The Happiness Hypothesis, and it went into how people that donate their time, donate their gifts, certain things like that, are just generally happier. So thinking about how you can give to other people at this time might be important. Opening up that heart chakra. Allow love to come in too, because sometimes we can put up our walls, block. We want to be allowing love to come in too. So the message here says, your heart space is a sacred space deep within you. For some time you have protected it with psychic shields that have not only stopped you from being hurt, but also stopped you from feeling love. See, what did I just say? This gateway appearing shows you that you have finally dropped these shields and are ready to experience love. Universal wisdom wants you to know that this is your divine right. You are a highly empathic and generous soul who has so much to give, and you are being called forth to reveal the deeper and more vulnerable aspects of your being. Divine light beings are surrounding you, holding you, and encouraging you to relax. All the restrictions and blockages of your heart space have now been removed. The worst is behind you, and the world needs you. Okay, and the last card that I have here is Akashic Records. I love this card. This says, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. The message here says, when you draw this card, the universe is releasing you from past experiences. This is what I talked about earlier, is allowing ourselves to release some of the things that have been holding us back. What kind of mentality have we been holding ourselves in from past experiences? These can be soul-based memories, fears from previous lifetimes, or older aspects of this current lifetime that you have moved on from. Know that this is the time to reclaim your freedom and rewrite your story. You can do this by following through on your dreams. Gone are the days of fear-based indecision. This is the time to rise up and claim your truth. If you are sitting on a dream or are feeling called to move in a particular direction, it's because you have unearthed an important soul lesson. And it is essential for you to follow that call to clear unwanted energies from your past. As you do so, don't allow yourself to be pulled into expecting the worst possible outcome. Know that this expectation is not your truth, but old energy being released from your energy body. Call on angels to shine their light on any repressed fears, energies, or stories that are no longer serving you. It's time to fly high in freedom. So these were some beautiful messages here. If you have any questions about your week ahead, you want to know what things are going to be coming up for you, I do have my $20 email tarot readings. You don't have to just ask that question. You can ask any question you want, really. And I can dive into the energy of that. You will get a 15-minute audio recording and pictures of the tarot cards. You can schedule your session on www.crystallizewithkate.com. If you are not interested in an email one, but you really want to do something more in person, feels more personal, I do virtual sessions as well. I only offer this, or I'm saying this now just because of the weather being a little bit up in the air, so it might be a good idea just to schedule a virtual session. I also want to do a shout out that it is the middle of January, verging towards the end now. It comes so quickly, but I'm still offering my full year 2022 tarot readings that are $85, and this comes with an audio recording of the overall energy, a write-up of the overall energy, your personal year number, how this kind of plays in with the energy of the year ahead for you, and a breakdown of each month. You will get pictures of all the cards, and this will be emailed to you. That way you can go back in and look at it or print it out, whatever you want to do, and you can see how things are lining up for you throughout the year. So otherwise, I hope you all have a beautiful week ahead, and I will be seeing you guys later. Bye.